Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So in last episode, we made a couple trades. Actually, we sent away Wentz, and we also sent away Martin, and we also sent away Messias because of the fact I needed to free up a little bit of cap space, as well as for closing pitcher wise. Chavez was getting close to being Messias' overall at a younger age, so I decided we would play Chavez this year instead of Messias. And then also Wentz and Martin both dropped off into the 70s, so they were very low in our system in terms of ranking. So I decided not to keep them around and flip them away. But I'm very excited for this upcoming season because I think our team is looking even better than last year. So we should be a playoff team technically because we got a very good rotation. It looks like we're going to have. And then also relief pitcher wise, we're going to be using like Perez, Selby, Paulino is going to be up in here. James might be, same with Rodriguez, I don't know. Depends if we have enough roster space. But Green, Moreno, and Franco are definitely going to be relievers for sure because Franco was phenomenal last year as like a 78. So, and then also our closers, Corona, Chavez. We still have Hirsch and Bonner together for catching wise. Colvin and Valdez. And then Cortez is our second baseman. We also picked up Robin Fortune in the Rule 5 draft, so I'm excited to see how this guy does. He's got really good contact hitting, so that's why I brought him in. And we also got Carmen Nunez, who's coming off a pretty good rookie season for the most part. Like, batting average-wise wasn't fantastic, but he did pick up 15 home runs, so you got to be impressed with that. We also got Cedeno, who was really good last year for us, who we picked up in the Rule 5 draft the year before that. We got Garcia and Means, so a little bit different on the shortstop count because we got rid of Abrams. Abrams did not want to re-sign with us, and then also Castro was let go of because he was a little bit old. We also got Hera and Packard still, and Robbie Harvey, who's looking decent. Brandon Marshall we brought in from free agency on a one-year deal, and Drew Waters. And then right fielding wise, we got still Pierre Montenegro. There's McKenna and Veras as well for spring training, but they'll probably be sent back down on waivers to play in AAA. So our roster looks pretty good, I think, and I'm very excited to see how we simulate. I think we should be a playoff team this year just based on the fact our power hitting is getting way better, and then our pitching's pretty good still. Contact hitting is also improving, but our defense and speed is still where we're struggle at, but I think that could improve throughout the season. Just hope that stays better than it was last year because like we haven't been a good team on defense because, well, we haven't been a very good team in the regular season really ever, except for one season because our defensive stats haven't been that good. So, but anyways, let's get spring training done just to see how we simulate during this, and then we will send down some players that we will need to, and we'll set up our lineup for the upcoming season. And then, yeah, we'll try and sim up to the draft and get the draft done in this episode as well. So let's go through the entire spring training just to see how our team is. We actually need to adjust our lineup to start for spring training, which I think I'll have it. I need to just throw in random players, I guess, at this stage. So first base, second base, third base. We do not have a right fielder playing, which means I think for right fielders, I guess we have to put in Brandon Marsh and then change him and Pierre Montenegro around. Yeah, and then we'll change Pierre Montenegro to a right fielder once we get, who is there, shortstop. We actually need to get Nunez in. Cortez needs to play second base. Oh yeah, there you go. And then Garcia needs to play shortstop. And then, yeah, Montenegro is a right fielder. And then we should probably adjust this a little bit, but I might just let the AI kind of do some stuff with that. Yeah, I'll just make this a little bit better. But I think our team should be a pretty good team this year based on the contact hitting and power hitting alone, and then also that we're a good pitching team. So, maybe I'll just let the computer adjust this. Let me adjust the rotation at least, because obviously Sammy Chavez is a closer, not a starting pitcher. We're going to run with Dennis Tucker as a starter this year. David Jordan was phenomenal last year, so he definitely deserves to be in the top 3. And then Tucker and Manning could go there still. Yeah, it's probably good. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll let the AI decide on that front, just for spring training. Let's sim through there and auto fix lineups. See how we do in the spring training. And we got one more game left of spring training. We're 13-13. Last game of spring training we're going to lose. So we finished 13-14 in spring training. It's not as good as I was hoping. But then again, it looks like the Blue Jays were really good and they just beat us in the last game. So, okay, so that's good. Now we got to decide on who we got to send down. So we need to go all the way down to 26 players, I'm pretty sure. So we need to get rid of 10 players down to AAA. So in that front, let's just start with going from right fielders. We got to send down McKenna to triple. Yeah, he's going to go through waivers, I think. Same with Varys. There you go. Actually, Varys goes through waivers. It doesn't look like McKenna. Actually, maybe McKenna does. Oh, he is option for assignment. So both of these guys are on waivers right now, which would put us down to 34. Then here is fine. I don't know if I should. I might send down Robbie Harvey. He would go through waivers as well, so he'd probably get claimed is the thing. That is fine right there. That is fine right there. That is fine right there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to send down somebody. I mean, I could play Robbie Harvey as our second catcher and then put Bonner down to the minors, which I might do because Bonner's not that good. I don't know. Let's get the rest of this pitcher stuff done first. So we'll move Morales down to AAA. Let's move this guy down to double. And then relief pitcher wise, I'm going to keep those three. So yeah, relief pitcher wise, I'll keep these three. And then we're going to have to send down some starters. So Castillo is going to go down to triple. Grubb is also going to go down to triple for now. And I think as well, yeah, we need to get rid of 5 more players. So Rodriguez is going to be sent down. Yep. And then James probably as well. Yeah, James is going to get sent down as well, which puts us 3 above the thing. So we need to send out 3 more people, which in that case, none of our pitchers. I might actually have to put Robin Fortune back down because Cedeno needs to stay up. Vince Means, we could put him back down always. I don't really know if I want to though, because I would like to get him more in the lineup. He wasn't that great when he played last year. Yeah, he's not that great overall wise of a player yet. We could send him down. Yeah, actually wait. Yeah, those 2 guys are on waivers. Yeah, I think Vince Means will get sent down. Yeah, I think Vince Means will start in triple. We actually have too much players in double A, so I will also send down Arrington to Class A. Let's just sim to the start of the regular season and see if we have to send down more players. But we're first in pitching right now, according to this, which is crazy. So yeah, let's sim to the start of the regular season. Do we have to send down anybody else? Or did the AI decide to send down people for me? Because that would be annoying if that is the case. No, it doesn't look like they did. Actually, we got 26 out of 26 active, it says. Yeah, we're good actually on roster spots. Good, perfect. So we are good to go for the upcoming season, and look at that ratings. Those ratings look actually pretty good in terms of our like deepness in each position. I think we're actually going to be a pretty good team. And like ranking wise, 3rd in pitching is pretty good. 9th in power and contact is not too bad either. 24th in defense and speed is not terrible. Well, it is terrible, but we're not going to be able to fix that, I don't think. So that is good. Let's start maybe simulating once we get our lineup set up. Make sure we have everybody in the right spots. The AI has a setup like this though, so I think I'll probably just leave it the way it is. And then in terms of our pitching rotation, just make sure this is set up properly. So Christian Franco as mid reliever makes sense because he doesn't got much stamina, but Paulino, Selby, and Perez as long relievers make sense. Joe Green is a setup guy, I guess that could work. And same with Sammy Chavez as a setup guy. I like that. Our bullpen looks actually not too bad. We actually got a couple left-handers in there too, which is good. And then I think this will just auto-adjust. Yeah, that's all fine. So I think we're good to go. Let's start simulating up to draft day and see how this team performs. How did we perform last year again? What was their record? 80 and 82. So I think this team might finish above 500 this year and make the playoffs again. At least I really hope that's the case, because or else people are going to get a little bit pissed with morale and whatnot. So let's sim to a draft day and see how this team performs. Mud Hens need to adjust their lineup. Let's go auto fix that. We're off to a pretty solid start. Yeah, we're off to a good start. But then again, last year we started off strong as well, and then we dropped a lot of games because of an injury. But yeah, it looks like we're a good team this year. Very good team this year, actually. 35 and 21. Let's go. That's like our best record actually at this point. Wow. We're 6.5 games up on the White Sox. Okay, I think we are a good team. I just don't really... Yeah, it looks like a lot of players are on fire right now, and hopefully that continues all year around. Because at this rate, we should be a playoff team by the end of the season. Injured list. David Jordan was injured, but he is back already, which is good. Same with Robin Fortune. That's good. Let's take a look at some of our player stats so far at the draft just to see what's been going on so far. So Chauncey's off to a fantastic start. Good, because we started paying him a lot of money. Casey's off to a bit of a slow start. Yeah, he's off to a little bit of a slow start. Maybe his FIP is better actually than his ERA. And maybe he's not off to that terrible of a start. David Jordan's off to a fantastic start again. He made the All-Star game last year. He's actually in the second last year of his contract, I think. But he's off to a really good start this year. Like maybe Cy Young caliber. 6-1 with a 2.44 ERA and a 1 WHIP through 70 innings. Matt Manning's struggling a little bit, but his FIP might be a little bit better than that. Let's take a look. Yep, his FIP is better than that, so he's actually not been that bad. Perez as a reliever has been pretty good. Tucker as a starter has been really good. That's great to see. Paulino's been pretty good. Selby's been not fantastic. Relief pitcher-wise, Green's been... He's got a really good whip, but his ERA is really high up, so I don't know if it's just... His FIP is actually really good, so never mind. It's just, I guess, the team around him. Moreno, not too great, but then again, he might have a good FIP so far. Not too great. Franco's been fantastic again as a reliever. Corona so far has been fantastic as a closer. Chavez hasn't been that great as like a setup guy, but oh well. And in catcher-wise, so far, Hirsch is doing really well in terms of batting average. Bonner's struggling in batting average. Colvin's really struggling to start the season again, and he's dropped down to an 84, which really sucks. We need Colvin to get going again. He might end up retiring at a decently young age. And then Fernando Valdez is off to a pretty solid start. Not a fantastic start, but a 238 batting average. He's a little bit cold right now, apparently. Actually, it sent him down to AAA. What the hell? You aren't supposed to be in AAA. Oh, we're 1 over if we bring him back up, though. I gotta send somebody down. I need Valdez to stay up here. I can't have Valdez go down to triple. Robin Fortune is off to a decent start. Eduardo Cortez is fantastic. I love that. So Daniel also got sent down. So we actually did have to send down a couple players. Vince Means is now down. I'm not really liking Robbie Harvey's play, so I think I might send him down. But he would go on waivers is the only problem. But I might have to do it. Batting average from a lot of our outfielders is really good right now. I think I might send down Robbie Harvey. Cedeno should be up here, though, because of his power. I really don't know if I should be playing with our lineup, though, that much. Because our lineup has been pretty good. I could play Robbie Harvey as the second catcher and send down Bonner. I think that's what I'm going to do. Option Bonner to AAA. And then, yeah, that will use Robbie Harvey as our catcher, because Robbie Harvey could play catcher and outfield. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just a subtle change, even though we're off to a fantastic start this year. Like, we're 9-1 in our last 10 as well, and standing-wise, are we one of the best teams in the league? Yeah, we're the best team in the entire league right now at this stage. Let's take a look at some statistics just to see team rankings before we actually get into the draft. So currently we're the third best team in batting average, which is way better than last year. We're second in runs, first in hits. Damn. This team has really turned it around. First in home runs as well, which by 10 home runs. So apparently we're hitting a lot of dingers, even with Valdez getting sent down to AAA for some reason. And then what else we got here? Runs batted in, we're first as well. Yeah, all of a sudden we're just a really good batting team. I guess it was because we brought in Brandon Marsh. So I think it's good that we actually did bring him in, because if not, maybe we wouldn't be in this predicament. ERA wise, we are 6th in ERA. Yeah, we're a very good team all around, it seems like right now. I like that. So let's sim up to the draft, which starts in 1 day, I think it said. Let's auto fix the lineups in AAA. Yeah, might as well do that. And let's go into the draft. So we got the 15th overall pick. I don't really know what we're going to go for, but let's just see if we could add some stuff to our prospect pool. We could probably use another catcher, but that guy's not got much potential. This guy's got good potential, but 50 overall is not terrible to start. 19 years old. Might be more of a project catcher, but I might take him since we do need some catchers. What about for overall wise? Is there any good overall starting players? The best is a 75, potentially. There's an 80, 75, but those guys aren't scouted that well. There's an 80, 70, but I don't want to take a closing pitcher. So I think I'm going to go for that younger catcher. Even if he's a project player, I think we just need a catcher. Like, if we look at our system right now, we don't really need pitcher prospects. Well, we always need pitcher prospects, but relief pitcher wise, we could always use some relievers. Yeah, I think I gotta go for that catcher. This guy might be decent too, though. This guy might be a good contact hitter, but he might be more of a project player than it suggests. What else we got here? Second base wise, this guy might be decent, but he's 23. This shortstop might be decent, but he's not scouted at all, so I'm not going to take a risk on that. This left fielder might be really good, and he's only 18. He actually looks pretty good in terms of like contact. Yeah, I think I gotta go with this dude. He's 18 years old. He's a left fielder, which is something apparently we don't have. And he looks like he's going to be a really good player. So we're going to take this left fielder and see how good he is. Hopefully he's really good. Hopefully the scouts did a good job. Is that catcher still available or no? Doesn't look like it, which kind of sucks, but whatever. What else do we want to go for? Let's just go by scouted accuracy. See if there's any 80 potential players. There's one, a right fielder. We could actually probably use another right fielder, but this guy's more of a project player. But we might be willing to take him since he's only 19. What else we got here? This guy's decently scouted center fielding. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good draft for outfielders if I'm not mistaken. This guy might be a decent starting pitcher prospect, so I might go with him. Robert Gorzelski. Yeah, we'll take Robert Gorzelski, why not? Because that's a competitive round balance pick anyways. And let's continue to sort this. Actually by scouted. 19-year-old right fielder still. I might take Peter Arroyo. Just because he's actually decently scouted. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that Peter dude. Even if he is a project player. Gives us somebody in right field as well that we could marinate, like kind of like Kiki McKenna and stuff like that. Other potential prospects. 18-year-old first baseman. Not really fully scouted at all, but might be a good pick. I don't think he's actually going to be that good, but you never know. You know what? Let's take a chance. Felix Cordova, welcome aboard. Might as well just take a lot of random players that we think could be good. Scouted wise, the rest of this draft doesn't look like it's going to be that great. Let's start by overall. Maybe a couple 80 overall players, but they're not even scouted hardly at all. The best for scouted wise is like a 70, which I mean isn't that great. 80 potential, 65 overall, not scouted at all. We're looking for an 80 that has been scouted a decent amount, but there doesn't seem to be much. There's a 75, 22 though. Yeah, the rest of this draft doesn't look super great, to be honest. Yeah, we don't really know too much more, which is unfortunate. Let's go back by potential. I hope this screen... Actually, I'm going to try and start recording at this point in time, because I think when I scroll through this too quickly, then the game freezes, or the recording freezes. Okay, so it turns out my recording did not freeze, but I had to check just to make sure. It might have froze now, who knows, but hopefully not the case. So what are we going to go for here? 8-year-old catcher with no potential at all. I mean, we could use another second baseman. Even if this guy isn't that good, let's just take them. I don't even really know who to take at this rate, because this rest of this draft doesn't seem like it's going to be that great. 18-year-old catcher, no potential. 20-year-old third baseman, some potential. Then you know what, let's take this dude, Eddie Sosa. And our 5th round pick, we're almost getting closer to the end of the draft, finally. What else we got here? Right fielder is 21, might have potential. Let's just do it. Why not? Even if he's 21, that one probably won't be a good pick, but we'll still take him anyways. And our final pick of the draft, potential-wise, there could be a starting pitcher with really good potential, but I really doubt it. But we're still going to just take him because he could end up being good. So that is our draft. I think it was a pretty successful draft for us, and it's a very good start to the season as well, so I'm really hoping that continues. And wow, okay, that's a really good starting overall. 71 overall at 18, and he's got 89 potential. So that was a fantastic left fielding pick. So we definitely have an outfielder of the future in case once like Gary Hare retires. But Troy Hinton, already a pretty solid contact hitting and against right-handed pitchers especially, but definitely needs some work in his hitting a little bit. But yeah, he looks like he's a pretty good player, or he's going to be a pretty good player. Unfortunately, his potential is only B, but obviously that could go up. Being on 71 at 18, that was fantastic, I think. So obviously he's going to get that contract no matter what. And Robert Gorzelski, 59 at 18 isn't fantastic, but I mean it's not terrible. 76 potential. We'll sign him up as well, might as well. Peter Arroyo, 59 at 19, 86 potential. He's got potential and he's young. I like that. Cortova, 55 overall, 89 potential, 18 years old. Why not? We actually had a really good draft for potential, looks like. Lou Ramos, I was going to say Ramirez. 55 overall at 21 is not fantastic, but 87 potential. Let's just sign him anyways. 75 potential at 20. 59 overall. We'll sign him still anyways. I like to sign most of my prospects. Mark Hawk. Did I choose that guy? Yeah, I think I did. Mark Hawk, 44 overall at 21. That guy's definitely not getting a contract, even if he has 76 potential. Yeah, that's not that great. Anthony Bishop, okay, 67 and 21, or at 18 is fantastic. 75 potential only really sucks, but for an 18-year-old, that's pretty good. So I think we had a really good draft for the most part. Mark Hawk is probably the worst out of the bunch. Troy Hinton looks like he could be a very good player, being a 71 and 18. I think he could outgrow his potential. Any other good players in this draft? But I think we might have got the highest overall player in the entire draft. So let's just make sure. Which is kind of crazy because obviously we didn't have a blue chip prospect this year. Oh, there's a 75 overall, so never mind. But this guy doesn't have as high potential. But yeah, I think we got the best player in the draft. or best prospect in the draft, not necessarily potential-wise, but best in terms of starting overall. Actually, 72 and 79. No, that's actually not that bad for a 19-year-old relief pitcher. So it looks like it was actually a decent draft for the most part for some really good 70 overall players, but some of them don't have much potential. 75 for Britt Ray and 86 potential. That's pretty good for a closer. To be a 75 at 19, but not very high ceiling wise. 73 overall and 94 potential, so this guy's really good. Yeah, it looks like in general this is a pretty good draft by comparison to some other years that we've had before this, so I am pretty happy with that. Let's take a look at the All-Star voting and then also the top prospects still again, and maybe also we'll take a look at some other stuff quickly. But yeah, let's take a look at the All-Star voting. So currently David Jordan is first for AL voting, so he's might end up being like the starting pitcher for the All-Star game if he keeps this up, which is fantastic. Dennis Tucker's also actually up there in votes. He's down there at number 9. Yeah, number 9 it looks like. What do we got here also? Relief pitcher wise, do we got anybody up there? Nobody up there for relief pitchers. Looks like closing pitcher wise, Diego Corona looks like he's gonna probably be the one to make it if he keeps it up as well, which is fantastic. Catcher wise, we do not have anybody up there. Former player of our Luis Lorenzo. Wow, he went up to an 87 overall after leaving us. Interesting. First baseman wise, what else we got here? Conrad Colvin's up there. Even though he has been not having a great batting average, I don't think he's going to make it though, because KJ Harrison has a lot of votes. Almost 100k more. Second baseman wise, Cortez is up there. He might make the All-Star game. Yeah, we might have a lot of players this year make the All-Star game. Third baseman wise, we have Carmen Nunez in his second season actually. How much home runs does he have this year so far? 11 home runs. Wow. He's on pace to break last year's stuff already. Like, his batting average is never really that great, but he picks up a lot of homers, which I really like. So yeah, Nunez has some votes, which is good to see. Shortstop wise, Luis Garcia has some votes, which is also great to see. Left fielding wise, Gary Harris leading in votes by quite a wide margin, so it looks like he might be going to an All-Star game for, I think, the second time maybe. I don't remember. Brandon Marsh is second in All-Star votes behind Jared Kelenic. So Brandon Marsh, we signed in a free agency on a 1-year deal, and looks like he might make the All-Star game. And then Pierre Montenegro is also first in votes. So we have like pretty much everybody in like leading in votes to an extent, or up there in votes, which is fantastic. Just shows you how good of a season we're having so far. Let's take a look at league leaders just for fun to see where we got some guys up there. So Drew Waters is up there currently in batting average. And then Pierre Montenegro, Luis Garcia, and Brandon Marsh are up there in hits. Obviously, adding Valdez into our lineup, I think, is going to help us out a little bit. And then sending down somebody like Bonner is going to be good. So, Pierre's also up there at bats. Not that that matters. Doubles so far. We don't have anybody up there. Triples, nobody up there so far. And in home runs, Gary Hara is up there for the batting title potentially this year. 14 home runs, is only a little bit behind Brendan Rodgers, who has 16 so far. So Gary Hara actually might make the home run derby, which would be pretty interesting. RBI wise, Pierre's up there as well, which is great. I'm really glad I brought him back because I wasn't sure if I was going to. And he's only making $2 million this year, which is really nice. And Garcia and Hara are up there in runs. Stolen bases, Eduardo Cortez is second. Yeah, so far this year it has been fantastic, and I really hope this team can keep it up, because it has been probably our best year simulating wise already. I mean, we did finish like 90 and something when we went to the wild card game, but I think this year we might be able to actually take one of the, like, we might end up finishing top of our division. Jordan's tied for lead in wins, which is great. Saves, Corona's tied for the league lead in saves. ERA wise, David Jordan is fourth behind Gerald Pugh, Daniel Espinoza, or Espino, not Espinoza, and Peter Solomon. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be a good team this year if we keep this up, and hopefully we do not suffer any injuries down the stretch. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how we simulate for the last half of the year. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So in next episode, we will simulate the rest of the season, check out the All-Star game stuff and all that, and see how good our team finishes. I think we have a good shot at making the playoffs this year, considering we're the best team right now. But hopefully that can continue, and hopefully we don't suffer any injuries down the stretch. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.